Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you for watching my channel. I appreciate it. I've been attempting to come up with a better opening. In fact, I was thinking about it so much earlier that I was starting to get a headache. Do people traditionally say hello before commenting? And I feel like if they don't, they should. But then a part of me feels like it's redundant, and I just should probably get into the topic and just kind of be professional, adult, and just straight to the point here. But then I feel like that would discard a lot of what we do here, which is nothing. So I feel like we should just do nothing about it and just continue to say hello, because why wouldn't I say hello? If I were in a live studio audience and the host didn't say hello, I might be put off a little. I mean, it's sort of like it's the least that you can do. I came here to watch you. Can you not at least tell me hello? Or am I thinking about this too much? Do I need that more central focused, manly kind of a guy to just say, "Good morning, everyone. I'm Albert"? Or do I not even say my name? It's so confusing. It really is, but I think about these things way too much. I hope that you guys at home are doing really good. This shirt that I'm wearing, I bought for $3 yesterday at Savers. Steal. Single stitch, same shirt on eBay. More or less, like around $30, because of course they don't have this particular t shirt. Which, by the way, if you didn't know, quick hack, if you're shopping for clothes, do it out of season and do it at your local thrift store. So right now, there's really good shorts and short sleeve shirts at the thrift store because winter's coming, and well, the things that are priced higher are the things of season. So forget department store seasonal clearance sections when you can just go to the Savers or your local thrift store and get a substantial discount on way better clothes that you're helping the community keep within the community or post online so that they can be resold. But regardless, it's just a better way, and it's a really cheap way to stock up a really good wardrobe selection for the next season, to shop out of season. So you should have been shopping for winter clothes when summer started. So that way you could be digging into that summer stash right or the winter stash right now that you got for super cheap. You see where I'm going? But yeah, so tonight let's talk about storytelling videos. Listen, there's different genres of videos, right? There's all different types of genres. I think we're in the golden age of amateur content creators and the way the kind of medium has impacted corporate bottom lines, the way that it will continue to impact corporate bottom lines, and the way that it will only, in fact, make these same corporations that are currently not really relevant on even this platform invest more money to become more influential on this platform in particular. Nobody turns to YouTube to watch old people news. I know for a long time I did, and then having the same experience on your phone as you did as a child on the television or in front of any monitor, where the rhetoric has never changed and it's always just the same drab. It doesn't matter if it's on YouTube or ABC or NBC or CBS. It's the quality of the content. This is why people are choosing by record number to turn to platforms like this so they can get a different kind of experience with their media. Otherwise, we are all stuck with those same old white guys that we've all seen forever on the TV. I mean, and if it hasn't been a white guy that's super famous and rich and wealthy, it's been Vanna White. I mean, can we name anybody that's female that, like, I mean, in terms of influence? I mean, obviously, right? We have Diane Sawyer, we have Katie Couric. There are so many legendary women or female commentators and newscasters and stuff, but they're historically marginalized within the industry that's dominated by men. Point in fact, guys like Matt Lauer have huge, successful careers with very, very volatile reputations that somehow manage to get even deals when they get fired that the normal person could only possibly ever imagine being offered as a position to begin with. It's sort of like, okay, you're firing me, but my severance is 8 figures. That's cool. Like, what? Yeah, what an experience. Not a lot of people get fired and still get to have access to millions of dollars unless you're a rich white guy. I mean, so I'm not hating. I'm just pointing some stuff out. And I really feel like the difference in the categories of videos lead me to different consumption habits myself. And finding these different categories is not something that any of the networks or anybody teaches anybody how to do. We're just learning as we go. And I feel like a category that I did not know about or that I knew little about was like the storytelling part of the content creators. And I think it's really cool. There's this guy named Nexpo, I guess, who I just stumbled upon one of his videos talking about a mystery in Japan. And I vibe on it. I feel like it's a healthy medium for me between ASMR and documentary. Storytelling is cool. I grew up with Storytelling Circle every Friday morning at my local elementary school for 6 years, where we'd all get in a little circle and read scary stories to tell in the dark, or Boxcar Children, or Goosebumps. I mean, I've had a pretty good experience with reading and literature as it concerns just storytelling, and how it really can be entertaining, how it can be enlightening, it can be thought provoking, it can do all of the things that cool videos and graphics and CG does. A good story doesn't require any of that. And it's pretty cool because it's a skill to be able to tell a story, to keep an audience, and people tell different stories. Here on Vlogs About Nothing, I do my best to tell the story of my life. And it may not seem like a big deal to me now, and it may not be impactful to anybody in its infancy and immediately. But I'm thoroughly convinced that given it enough time, it might impact some people in a really good way. And that it might influence me to be the kind of person I want to be, which is my best self. And it holds me accountable to a certain degree as to what, goes on in my personal life, seeing as though I've made it a point to become a totally public personality, and at the cost of what I know it costs, which is just a little bit more of my privacy. Whatever little bit I had left, I'm willing to put up on the chopping block for the highest bidder, which has inevitably always boiled down to YouTube because of its future implications and its current disruption as it concerns the behavior of consumers with the content that they're consuming. There's far less people watching the late night news with Brian Williams or whoever, even the best of them. Lester Holt's a good newscaster, right? But there's really only so many people over the age of 60 that are still plopping down on their vintage couches to watch network television. And moreover, there's even fewer people, if any at all, turning to platforms like YouTube to get network programming of any kind. I mean, as a consumer, I think we've all begun to realize that the networks are going to do with the properties what they want to do with. Sometimes they're creating their own apps, sometimes they lease them out. It's really a complicated system that has, I think, been made like that on purpose so that in a year's time you end up with 4 active subscriptions through different service providers, none of which you've used in the past 4 months, and that have been racking up charges since then. And while we may not think that's a big deal, because I guess it isn't, right? It's like sort of like, okay, I lost $90 over the last 3 months, but how many people have lost $90 in 3 months and don't care about it and have for years now? And how much money, like, we got to think about these things, at least that I think. So regardless, I feel like video storytelling on YouTube is a really cool category of content that I was not aware of. Not so much as that I had yet to encounter a creator who could hold my attention and keep it for 30 minutes while telling a story with minimal to no graphics and just oration, I think it's pretty cool. And I'm going to be delving into some more of these kinds of videos in the future. And I hope to try and learn how to make some of these different kinds of videos as well. It does take a different kind of skill set. And this guy that I watched had close to 4 million subs. And that's pretty remarkable. I mean, that's quite remarkable. How many major network heads out there are pulling the same kind of traffic that this single guy is pulling from the comfort of his room, telling stories? So, yeah, the implication is that it is far greater an influence than any sort of traditional model or mode of modern media that we've seen. So go YouTube and Hecklefish 2024. I can't wait to get my bumper sticker. We did order 2 bumper stickers. Hecklefish 2024. I wish we had more money and we could have afforded to buy the whole package with the canvas picket sign and the bumper sticker, and I think it was another sort of acrylic decal or something, but nonetheless, the bumper stickers are only $5, and it goes to support the Y-Files, which why wouldn't you want to support that channel? I think we're going to see a time where a lot of content creators are going to begin to have to support each other, in that once a channel becomes monetized or we can shoot out a few dollars to one another. That should be something us content creators should be talking about, right? I mean, a lot of us focus money and time and resources on interacting and engaging with subscribers and stuff and our fans, but I feel like with a good content creator relationship, you could do so much more, in that if you see a channel that, needs a little bit of financial support and you're at a point where you can afford to make a $500 pledge or something on a one-time basis, that could quite literally mean the difference between an amateur content creator's incentivization to move forward and continue to make content, and or to just give up. And I've never really seen that. Like, while Mr. Beast, for example, has done a really good job, and I know the video is almost over, but we just got to do a quick sidebar. Like, imagine a content creator who invests money in other content creators. I mean, I don't never seen that happen before, but I really feel like it could be a grassroots movement to start, as it concerns, if you got a couple bucks, send it on over. And I think that's really the only way a lot of these channels are going to be successful in the future. Sort of like YouTube will just be a platform for a lot of, which essentially what it is, a lot of PBS like shows, a lot of amateur produced, amateur hosted shows that get millions of views. And there's something about that. So let's monetize the content, sure. But let's also learn how to invest in each other, y'all. You feel me? Like, yeah. I hope you guys have a really good night. Hecklefish 2024. I know that was a few minutes sidebar. All right. We'll see everyone really soon. Bye.